Before we begin our service today, we acknowledge that we are gathering upon the homeland of the Western Abenaki people. We share our gratitude for their traditional and ongoing stewardship of these lands and waters, and we offer respect to their elders, both past and present. Good morning, everyone. I'm the Reverend Joan Javier Duval. On behalf of the entire worship team, I'm delighted to welcome all of you, those here in the sanctuary and those watching on the live stream. We deeply appreciate your presence and your fellowship within our beloved Unitarian Church of Montpelier. For 160 years, this church has been a sanctuary for those seeking spiritual sustenance as well as peace and justice in the world. And with you, we continue on that path. Today is an all-ages service, a beautiful reflection of our multi-generational community. Children, where are you? Show me where you are, children. I see one, I see more. We welcome you. We love your ideas, your energy, and your enthusiasm. And caregivers, there are many of you among us. Thank you for inviting us into this blessed time of your lives. To everyone, if you need to get up and move around, move closer to the front to see or to hear better, please do so. We encourage you to find ways that support your worship experience. We also have a soul work cart in the back of the sanctuary on this side. It's filled with items to engage the minds and hearts and hands of children and adults alike. Let us welcome our families and each other with a smile or wave as each of us here today embodies our vibrant and growing community. I'm gonna give Benji a wave. It's always a pleasure to have newcomers and guests join us for worship. If this is your first or second time visiting and you wish to do so, you're invited to stand or wave your hand so that we might offer you a special welcome. I saw a couple waves. Thank you. We're so glad you're here. Anyone who is a newcomer to our congregation is invited to fill out the welcome form that can be found at the hospitality table downstairs in the vestry so that we can connect with you and welcome you more fully. Now let's all join in the welcoming by taking a few moments to turn to a neighbor in the pews and share a few words of greeting. Thank you so much for sharing these warm greetings with one another. You're invited to continue your conversation after the service during coffee hour. A member of our lay pastoral care ministry team is available in the sanctuary after the service if you have a personal concern and would like to share more deeply. And this morning, our lay pastoral caregiver is Mary Jane Olson. Thank you, Mary Jane. And now Caitlin has something to share with all of us.
Good morning, everyone. I want to let you know that today is our final parent and caregiver meetup of the church year, and it will happen following service from 11:30 to 1. There will be lunch and childcare for children in the children's chapel, and grown-ups will be meeting in the nursery, and there will be food there too. Families, please feel free to drop in for part or all of both gatherings. Just come as you are, okay? And then we are still working to fill the 320-hour gap for next year's spiritual exploration programming. Thanks to many generous offers of time and care, together we have covered nearly 100 of those hours already, which is amazing. Thank you all who have made that possible. If you have offered to help, but you haven't heard from myself or Tim Favorite, please reach out to us so we can get you the details for next year. And we're still looking for at least one person for each of our major programs: nursery, children's chapel, our new elementary school makerspace, and middle school youth group and high school youth group. So if you are able to help out just once a month with one of these programs, please stop by the SC table during coffee hour today or reach out to me or Tim. We all know it takes a village to raise a generation of children and youth, and we are so, so lucky to be the UCM village together. Thank you.
Thanks, Caitlin. What a joy to be part of such an engaged community. And there are a few other things happening today after the service that I want to tell you about. Immediately following the service, you can join in the blessing of the bicycles. We'll meet at the bike rack on School Street. And even if you didn't ride today, if you want to participate, please come on by. This ceremony will close out our walk, bike, or carpool to church month. And I learned that 12% of the congregation signed up to do this and does this as a normal part of your routine and coming to church. And another 16 people signed up who were totally new to the practice. So great job, everyone. Thanks to all of you. As Caitlin mentioned, the final parent and caregiver meetup is today at 11:30. At the same time, UCM member Tony Whitty and his son Ben will offer a spiritual exploration program on living peacefully with our technology. Bring your puzzled questions, your open minds, and your silenced phones. This program will begin also at 11:30, but in the fireplace room. Finally, if you didn't feel like you had enough options for today, the Climate Action Team has organized a tour that highlights the many environmentally conscious features of White Pine Co-Housing, a planned community of 6 households about 3 miles away. You can meet in the vestry at 11:30 after church to carpool over if you'd like to join that. To learn more about all that is happening in our church community, consult the weekly e-news published every Friday. Now, let's take a breath to settle in, make sure our phones are silenced, and let's enter more deeply into our time of worship with our prelude offered this morning by Paula Gills.
Make me an instrument of thy peace, an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Make me an instrument of thy peace, an instrument of thy peace. Grant that I may seek rather to comfort than to be comforted, to understand than to be understood, to love than to be loved. For it is by giving that one receives, by forgiving that one one is forgiven, and by dying, one awakens to eternal life. Make me an instrument of thy peace, an instrument of thy peace.
Good morning. Our opening words today have been compiled by the UCM children on the green rug last week. Spiritual exploration is learning from people who are different than me, feeling loved and safe, being curious, feeling wonder, love in action, connection, sitting quietly and thinking, being kind to everyone, listening with my whole heart, and many candles coming together.
And let's join in singing our opening hymn, number 131 in the gray hymnal, Love Will Guide Us. Please rise in body or spirit. What a wonderful example of being a learning community. And let us now light the chalice, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. I invite forward Liz Benjamin and Tim Favorite, members of our Spiritual Exploration Committee, to light the chalice this morning. The following words are shared each Sunday by our children in their spiritual exploration program. And I invite you, especially you young ones who say this every week, to join me if you know the words and maybe the motions too. We light this chalice in celebration of Unitarian Universalism. This is a church of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. Together, we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in the world. Thank you. And as we prepare to begin a very special ceremony, our bridging ceremony, I'd like to invite any of our children, youth, any adults who'd like to come up and sit on the floor here in front of the chancel to have a better view of what's going on. Come on up. We'd love to have you up here. Oh, it's great to see you all today and for you to get to see this up close. Unitarian Universalists recognize that the transition from youth to young adulthood is to be celebrated and supported in community. We use the term bridging to refer to the ceremony that honors this transition and to the process of transitioning from the youth community to one's place in the young adult community. In the bridging ceremony, we acknowledge that our youth are not only reaching a key milestone in our secular culture, but also undergoing a crucial spiritual rite of passage. This ceremony marks the passage into young adulthood within the congregation and the community, including taking on new ethical questions and responsibilities regarding how they use their time and resources, as well as the purpose and meaning of their lives.
Today, one of our congregation's youth, Isla Robacek, is taking part in this rite of passage, the bridging ceremony. There are also youth we have nurtured on their journeys who are entering young adulthood and who are not present with us this morning or are not participating in the bridging ceremony. And we honor their transition as well as the transition their parents are making into this new chapter of their spiritual journeys. We hold you all with love this morning as well. We will now hear a little more about the significance of this transition and this ceremony from one of our young adult members, Erin Kelly. After Erin speaks, Kara Robacek will introduce us to Isla, who will then share a brief introduction, or brief reflection.
As Reverend Joan and Caitlin have already mentioned, bridging is a ceremony we engage in as a community to hold and celebrate our young people as they start the transition into adulthood. Bridging is also a process that happens mostly outside of this ceremony. Part of the process are bridging sessions, where we ask our bridgers to reflect on what has come before, as well as look into the future to imagine where they may go. What you see when bridgers cross the stage is in many ways a culmination of the work and learning of their bridging sessions and other activities they've engaged in with the congregation throughout their youth. And yet, the process of bridging doesn't actually end when our bridgers cross the chancel and receive blessings from the congregation. We ask our bridgers to peer into the future, but the truth is, when I bridged 5 years ago with Ruby and Oscar, none of us knew exactly where we were going. Emerging adulthood is a time of continued growth and reflection, and abundant change. It is a time of developing new relationships, new communities, and new dreams. I want Isla and all of our other young people to know that uncertainty is expected. So much has happened since I bridged that I had to rewatch the YouTube video to remember the specifics of my ceremony with Ruby and Oscar. Do you remember that our bridging happened over Zoom due to COVID? and because we couldn't cross the chancel together, we decided to cross an actual bridge on the rec fields. But even though a lot will change, bridging and this community can be a touchstone to come back to. Isla, you have so many skills that you've learned from your family, the congregation, and our broader Montpelier community for how to engage the world with dignity. In the bridging session I sat in on, you mentioned how you are not sure where your road will take you, but you do think that you will carry your UCM values into the world. As a congregation, bridging allows us to remind you of how much we love you, and that we commit to celebrate and support you now and as you step into your broader life.
Hello, I'm Kara Robacek, and I was invited to give an introduction to my daughter Isla as part of her bridging today. So, we started coming to UCM when Isla was very young, and over the years, she was a joyful participant in many years of March Mystery Madness. She participated in OWL, and she went to church school, including the Neighboring Faiths group, where I got to tag along as one of the teachers as we learned about and visited other faith traditions. She also worked in the church nursery on Sunday mornings last year and enjoyed getting to know some of the youngest UCM members through that. But beyond church, what you need to know about Isla is that she is incredibly directed. She decides she wants to do something, and she figures out how to do it well and on her own timeline. A couple examples. She decided at age 4 that she wanted to play violin. At age 6, we finally started to let her take lessons. She stuck with both violin and viola, joined the Green Mountain Youth Symphony's beginner orchestra, then their concert orchestra, and eventually she was concertmaster and first violinist for their senior orchestra. Earlier this month, she performed as their senior soloist at their spring concert. Another example. In 4th grade, Isla decided she wanted to learn to carve wood, and she dragged me along with her. So for 2 years, we spent our Tuesday evenings at a wood carving studio where she was normally the only person under age 40. We stopped that only because of COVID, during which she turned her focus to making elaborate paper sculptures, and she's now a talented needle felter. After a rough and isolating 6th grade of virtual learning during the pandemic, Isla returned to in-person school in 7th grade and took up theater. This was a particularly transformative decision, especially when she ended up being cast in the title role of Oliver in her very first musical. She continues to perform in plays and musicals regularly. The summer after 8th grade, she channeled her love of science into self-studying the 9th grade science curriculum so that she could test directly into high school biology a year early. So perhaps it should not have surprised us this past November when, a few months into her junior year, she decided that 3 years of high school would be enough. She changed her status to senior, essentially skipping her junior year of high school. She applied to colleges in December, and she'll graduate from high school next month. Hopefully, she and her parents will be able to pause and take some deep breaths before she starts college at the end of this summer. And with that, as an intro, my daughter, Isla DeVoyle Robacek.
I have been coming to this church since I was a toddler. When I was little, I often came with my mother and brother, and I remember preparing snacks in the church kitchen and feeling a thrill whenever we were allowed to explore all the hallways and nooks and crannies around the church. When I was still in elementary school, these doors and halls were very mysterious. I remember that leaving my mother's side to go to church school felt daunting. I was scared and shy, and I had not yet learned what kind of room lay beyond each door and staircase that lay in my path. But I was not alone. At first, my mother led me where I needed to go, then other members of the community. With this help, I always arrived in the distant room through that door. I feel a little similar to my toddler self now, in the period of change I am currently in. At the end of this summer, I will go off to Wheaton College in Massachusetts, and I will once again be in the dark about where I am headed. Perhaps one hall will lead to a career in medicine. Maybe that room would lead me towards becoming a scientist or a musician. I have no idea where I could end up. But, unlike church school, there will be no one holding my hand as I walk down the hallway. For the first time, I will be all on my own. But, in some ways, I will not be alone at all, because I have not left my childhood, my school, or this church empty-handed. Every single day of my very long life so far, I have learned something. And though every lesson is important, one in particular is sticking with me now, and that is the importance of community. If I am to take one thing away from my time here at this church, that is the value of being welcoming, loving everyone, and actively working to build a community for all. Though I am leaving behind many circles I am currently a part of, I know that wherever I go, I will work hard to build communities that support, nurture, and love each other. And though my home may change as I move around throughout my life, this congregation will forever remain part of my beginning, and a place I know I am welcomed, supported, and accepted. This also is a place I know I will continue to learn to welcome, support, and accept others wherever I end up, just as you all have done for me.
Thank you, Isla, for that wisdom. For 160 years, candles have shared their light and warmth in this sanctuary. The light from our flaming chalice here symbolizes all those who came before us, lighting our path with the light of their dedication and love. In a moment, Isla's parents, Cara and Donald, will light a candle from the flame of our chalice to symbolize the love of this church family and our larger Unitarian Universalist movement that has nurtured Isla on her journey thus far. Isla will then walk across the chancel, carrying the candle and crossing the metaphorical bridge that marks her passage into adulthood. On the other side of the bridge, Isla will be welcomed as an adult by Aaron and bridging mentors Liz and John, who will present Isla with a chalice necklace, the congregation's gift to Isla. Along with the necklace, Isla will receive a rose and blue thistle. The partially opened rose represents the blossoming of a young life into maturity. The blue thistle with its prickly leaves is a reminder that the path isn't always easy, but it is beautiful. And Isla, you can always remember that the road that takes you away can also bring you back. We hope these gifts will be a reminder of our spiritual community that will always be here to support you. And then we'll join in our congregational blessing, and I invite you to hold your applause until we conclude that blessing time. And so let's start with the candle lighting.
Let us now share in a time of blessing our bridger. We invite you now, whether you are here in the sanctuary or joining us virtually, to create some energy and then extend your hands toward Isla. Through your hands, send your positive energy, your love, and your caring to her. Now let us take a moment to hold this year's bridger in this love. Let us join together in saying the blessing printed in your order of service. Our love is always with you to support you in your journey into adulthood. Now please join in whatever celebratory noise making the Spirit moves in you. Woohoo! Thank you, Isla, and congratulations.
Congratulations to Isla and the whole Devoyle-Robichek family. And the children and youth, you can stay right there if you'd like. You're going to be invited to join in singing the musical offering in just a moment. So if you're planning to sing, you can stay right where you are. The act of giving is a spiritual practice as important as any other element in our shared time of worship. Our generosity is a form of love. Our gifts, freely given, help us practice Unitarian Universalism within and beyond our congregation. Each month through the UCM Community Pouch Program, we share part of our collection with an important church fund or a community organization aligned with our values. And this month's Community Pouch recipient is All Brains Belong. Half of our cash offerings will go to our pouch recipient, and the other half will directly support this congregation's mission and ministry. And you can find the offering pouches at the ends of the pews. Please pass them to the center aisle. We're so grateful to each and every one of you for your generosity in its many forms. Your offering will now be gratefully received.
Yes. All right, at this time, we are going, at this time, children and families, you are welcome to join in the choirs with singing This Little Light of Mine. So we'll make room for the choir to come up onto the chancel, and when they are in position, children, families, can come on up and come in front, and we'll all join in together.
And now, two adults who have been part of our Lifespan Spiritual Exploration program this past church year will share their brief reflections with us, Gilly Hopkins-McGraw and Elsie Murphy.
Good morning. My name is Gilly Hopkins, or Hopkins McGraw. I use she, her pronouns. I grew up in a UU church, and so as a result, wherever I have wandered, every UU church has felt like home. I felt growing up that I was held and encouraged in values and actions. I went on to become a social worker. I've spent my entire adult life working with children and families and youth who are struggling. And I have borne witness to a lot of suffering. That has been meaningful, and it has been really exhausting, and continues to be meaningful and exhausting. When I had children, I knew that I wanted them to grow up in that same safe web of values and support. And I felt like volunteering in the spiritual exploration program here was an obligation for me, having 4 children, and having really benefited from spiritual exploration, as Unitarian Universalist values are foundational to my identity. So I started volunteering first with the preschool and kindergartners, and that was a lot of fun. What I didn't anticipate, however, when I switched to volunteering with the middle school youth is just how much they would become a part of my own web of spiritual support in this phase of my life. Y'all, these youth, to use their own lingo, slap. They are fire. They nurture me, they inspire me, and they hold me up when I need that. They remind me of the possibility of youth, and I lost my spot. And when I need encouragement, their curiosity and their passion give me just that. You really heard a lot of that from Isla. You know, it's really inspiring to work with these young people. They remind me that there's a lot more than suffering going on for children, youth, and families, and they help to encourage hope. For the last few years, Andrea Tucker and I have been honored to sort of co-lead the bulk of the middle school youth actions along with Elsie and Abby. I don't know if Abby's here today. And that has been really wonderful. Next year, this is my shameless plug part, next year, Andrea and I both need to turn to other parts of our life a little bit more, and so the middle school youth, who inspire a lot of hope, need some more adults to help guide them and grow and experience awe with them. So, I'm hoping that a few of you sitting here today may say that could be a meaningful part of your life next year, because they need us and we need them.
Good morning. My name is Elsie Murphy, and like Gilly, I have very much enjoyed working with the middle school kids. I'm a retired middle school teacher, and every time I meet them, they teach me something new. This winter, I was able to co-facilitate a program with Reverend Joan. In the adult spiritual education program. It was entitled Gathering the Spirit in Hard Times. On a cold, dreary day in January, the parlor was full of people wanting to participate. Through discussion and practice, we explored together, 1, how do we sustain our spirits during hard times? And 2, what practices keep us going? Together, we compiled a list of 35 strategies. While working with the kids, I forgot that I also have to participate in spiritual exploration. I plan in the future to spend time in these programs, and I hope to see you there too.
Thank you, Gilly and Elsie, for those beautiful reflections. Today, for our time of meditation, we have a poem by Thich Nhat Hanh, who we will hear a little bit more about in a few minutes. It is a short poem, also called a gatha, which is meant to call us to presence. As we hear the words, you're invited to place your hands on your belly and breathe deeply as you listen. You may listen with your eyes open or closed. After the bell sounds, I will read the poem twice through, and then pause at the end. During the silence, you are invited to rest your body in a mind that feels, in a way that feels nurturing to you. One way to do this is to repeat a word or two from the poem as you breathe in and out silently in your mind. Let us begin. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. All right, now we are going to take some time to honor all the volunteers who have participated in our spiritual exploration programming this year. And before we do that, I would like to invite anyone back up who would like to participate in a little activity as part of our gratitude sharing here today. So if you would like to come up and this time sit on the top of the chancel and get a little closer, now is a good time to do that. Would any children or youth like to come up and get a closer look? Yeah, come on up. wonderful. All right. You can sit on the side if you like. Sure. All right. I'll probably sit right here. Want to join me? Great. And then I'm going to get this basket. Hello. It's good to see you. Can you turn around and help me get this basket here? It's a bit heavy. Thank you. Oh, fantastic. We're going to find out. All right, so we're going to keep the top down for the moment, and we're going to find out as we go. Hey, Mila, do you want to sit right here? Let's sit right to the side, because I'm going to have to hold some things up. Here, you can sit right here. All right, we're all getting adjusted. We're finding our seats. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to find out in a moment here. Today, I want to share with you a powerful metaphor that the Buddhist monk and peace activist Thich Nhat Hanh would often share with his students, both children and youth and adults alike. It comes from what he called engaged Buddhism, a spiritual path that applies Buddhist teachings to both inner spiritual growth and social and environmental activism. And I'm going to need some help bringing this metaphor to life. So, could you please tell me, when I raise these up, what they are? Pots, yes, we have 2 pots. Oh, and you painted some, which we can find downstairs in a little bit. So, we have our 2 flower pots here. And what do we do with pots? What do we put in them? Seeds. Seeds and dirt, right. So let's start with some seeds. So these are little seed packets, and they have our Unitarian Universalist values on them. Love, generosity, transformation, and equity, and pluralism, interdependence, justice, and at the center, what is at the center of our UU values? Love, right, all right. So we're going to take this seed packet. It has wildflower seeds embedded in it, and we're going to pop it right in this flower pot that says love, okay? Then, this is another seed packet. This one has some different words on it. It says craving, anger, fear, hate, and distraction, things like unkindness. And we're going to pop that in the other pot over here, okay? Now, what are these pots missing if they are going to grow these seeds? What do they need? Soil, water, and sunlight. Yes, exactly. All right. So, let's say, the seeds are in the paper, which is pretty cool, and there's a bunch downstairs that we can get a closer look at after service. And so Thich Nhat Hanh would say that our mind is like the soil. And let's see, we have some soil here. So he would say that our mind is like the soil, or like the earth. And our mind has many different kinds of seeds. Seeds of joy, peace, mindfulness, understanding, and love. And it also has seeds of craving, anger, fear, hate, distraction, and unkindness. And he would say some of these seeds are wholesome. Yeah, that's okay, yeah. So we have some seeds that are wholesome, and some seeds are unwholesome. Now, question for you. What happens if we start to put some soil in our pots? Let's see, we'll add a little bit here, okay? I'll get a little more in the other pot. And now I'm going to take out that other ingredient, which was water. Now, which one of these seeds do we want to grow? Which one should we pour the water in? Love, that's right. All right? Exactly, that's the love one. So let's pour a little water in with our seeds and soil, love. And now those are the ones that will grow. And so Thich Nhat Hanh said that the quality of your life depends on the seeds that you water. If you plant a tomato seed in your garden, tomatoes will grow. And just so, if you water a seed of peace in your mind, peace will grow. When seeds of happiness are watered, you will become more happy. When seeds of anger in you is watered, you will become more angry. The seeds are watered frequently are the ones that will grow the strongest. Thank you, Phoebe. A little gap in my plan there that there's a hole in the bottom of the pot. But it's all landing on the altar here, so it's okay. As he taught specific Buddhist practices, do you want to hear this last part about the different things that help us grow these seeds of love? Ready? I'm going to say them, all right, one at a time here. So meditation and mindful breathing. Do you remember the mindful breathing we just did a moment ago? Things like that. Mindful walking and even deep relaxation, which can help make our bodies calm and well-rested. And this same metaphor reminds me of what we do together here each week in our own Unitarian Universalist way. We come together to water the seeds of love. We water the seeds of love in ourselves and in the people sitting next to us. And every single one of you has made this spiritual exploration year what it is, a garden in bloom. All of you and all of you. So now Tim Favorite from our SE committee and Reverend Joan are going to share some words about our spiritual exploration volunteers who make this possible for us all year round. So we can return to our seats now, and then they'll share. We'll listen to what they have to share.
So just want to do a couple of thank yous to the volunteers. I'll just do, since there's a pretty big list, we're just going to do this by group. To the nursery folks, this is the only group that is here every single week of the church year. In many ways, they are the front door to our community for so many children and families. So thank you. For the Children's Chapel, for both the preparation, like hand-cutting felt pieces so 15 to 20 kids can make their own personal pride flags, and care, wonder, and listening they provide to our pre-K grade 4 kids, and modeling connection and community. Thank you. Middle school youth group, for not only organizing an incredible amount of service projects that make a real impact in our community, like Just Basics and Mitzvah Fund, but also the way in which they really see and celebrate each youth for who they are. Thank you. High school youth group, creating a new group this year for where our oldest youth can have a place to build friendships and engage with both the UU young adult and our minister. They're forming their own ideas about life and navigating the world. Thank you. Love and Action Days, holding space for all ages to practice putting our UU values into action throughout the year, giving our youngest congregations the felt experience of how our religion is one of both hearts and hands. Thank you. OWL. This group is made up of superheroes who volunteer an incredible amount of time, energy, and care to providing honest and accurate information about sexuality. The facilitator training alone is near 20 hours, plus planning and facilitating 10 workshops for our grades 4 to 6 group this year. Thank you. And then finally, not to mention those who helped with bridging, March Mystery Madness, summer camp, child care for family and ministry days, and so much more. Thank you all.
In our congregation, we are all on a spiritual journey, from the youngest to the oldest among us. Our adult spiritual exploration programs nurture connections grounded in deep sharing and reflection on life's biggest questions, as well as the day-to-day experiences that shape who we are and who we are becoming. Our adult SE programs address spiritual needs shaped by the times we live in or our particular stage of life. And our adult SE programs draw upon the wisdom of religious traditions across time that offer guidance for how to live now. Thank you to everyone who took part in planning our adult spiritual exploration programs this church year, and also all of you who facilitated a chalice circle or another program offering. Your time, energy, and commitment are deeply appreciated.
And as a gesture of appreciation for everyone who has contributed to our ministry this year, we have flower pots painted by the children in Children's Chapel with coasters of our UU values that are filled with wildflower seeds that, if you like, you can plant over the summer and watch them bloom, much in the way that when you come here, you water the seeds of love each week, week after week. So your gift will be waiting for you at the SE table during coffee hour. And if you are not here with us today, please come by and pick it up next time you are at church. And lastly, I want to thank Reverend Joan and Judith and Tim for their incredible support of the spiritual exploration programming this year. Joan for her constant and wise leadership. Judith for her open-hearted care for creating meaningful programming for all adults in our congregation, and Tim for his generous and steadfast dedication to our children's and youth programming. You may not know this, but Tim comes almost every Tuesday before work, his work day, to come and help organize our spiritual exploration library for next year, which is pretty amazing. Between them all, their contributions are many. So now, if you volunteered in any capacity this year to support our spiritual exploration ministry, watering the seeds of love here at UCM, will you please stand so the congregation can acknowledge you? Thank you all. We see you and we appreciate you very much. All right, everyone is now invited to turn your attention to a video of our time shared together this year.
These days, count them all as they pass through spring and fall. These days, hold them tight as they pass into night. All the stars, all the moon, all the dawn.
So we have one more person to thank. On behalf of the SE team, we all just wanted to express some gratitude for Caitlin and her hard, patient, loving work this year. I'll just say a few more words. Sorry. She's been such an important part of this community. There's been so much work she's done behind the scenes to make Etsy run, in addition to the work we all see every Sunday. So I asked a couple of volunteers if they'd be willing to share a couple of words about Caitlin, and I'll just read two of them. I've appreciated Caitlin's careful planning with clearful, tactful communication, and Caitlin has brought much care about our young community. I like her smile and politeness she has with everyone. It really makes me want to be part of the team. Thank you.
And let's join now in our closing hymn. It's number 1010 in the Teal hymnal, We Give Thanks. Please rise in body or spirit. The chalice, carry within each of us its healing flame, the warmth of community, and a spark of hope into the days and the week ahead. And let us say together our purpose for being a congregation, our mission statement. We welcome all as we build a loving community to nurture each person's spiritual journey, serve human need, and protect
the earth, our home. And let us close this year of spiritual exploration in gratitude for the garden we've grown. May we remember that, like the land beneath our feet, we contain the seeds of infinite becomings. May we, too, walk mindfully, breathe deeply, speak with our whole heart, listen with our whole being, cherish the person gardening beside us, and together water the seeds of love. And now I'd like to invite Isla and her brother Callum up to play our postlude today.
change like the wind, like the water, like skin. Change like the sky, like the leaves, like a butterfly. Would you live forever, never die? Well, everything around passes. Would you smile forever, never cry? Well, everything you know passes. Death, like a door to a place we've never been before. Death, like space, the deep sea, a suitcase. Would you stare forever at the sun? Never watch the moon rise? Would you walk forever in the light? Just never learn the secret of the quiet night. Still like a stone, like a hill, like home. Still what I find is you're always on my mind. Could I feel happy for you when I hear you talk with her like we used to? Could I set everything free when I watch you holding her the way you once held me? Change like the sky, like the leaves, like a butterfly. Death, like a door to a place we've never been before. Would you live forever, never die? Well, everything around passes. Would you smile forever, never cry?